Oh my god, this is crazy!
Middleofnowheregaming.com. Everybody go to that website. Say we sent you.
Yeah, get that traffic
I bet they're really good at Minecraft. They're probably the antithesis of us.
This is the Middle of Nowhere Gaming Podcast.
Welcome into episode 57 of the Middle of Nowhere Gaming Podcast, where I am your host, once again, Courtney Osborne, and today I am joined solely by the Destiny demigod, Miles.
Hello.
Hello. And unfortunately, Lou's not here again for the... what is it
we
like?
did some research, and it turns out he was taken by aliens for the third time, I think.
Third time.
Is it the third time?
For the Black Death butt cancer stuff.
We're unclear on if they're curing it or giving it to him.
She's probably going to spread it around like Ebola. Oh no.
Let's not mention Ebola. I don't want the podcast to get taken down.
Would it get taken down?
No, it wouldn't.
Oh, I was like, what? Like, who would do that? They're spreading lies about Ebola. They're saying it affects your asshole. Oh no, I don't want the black butt Ebola. Okay. Anyways. So yeah, Lou's not here. He's busy with office hours at his college, so he will be back next week. I assume, I hope.
Hopefully.
Yep.
I miss Lou.
So do I. He was a good guy. I mean, I'm gonna miss him so much.
Then the aliens done gone and took him.
Those damn aliens.
They took our baby Lou.
So worth mentioning right now, I'm looking to my side at a brand new white Sunset Overdrive Xbox One bundle and a retail copy of Freedom Wars, and I'm pretty excited.
I'm a bit jelly.
I actually thought about just canceling the podcast altogether this week and just spending time in bed with these.
I would bet 9 times out of 10, I'll bet that you did not think about that at all.
I see. I wouldn't say 9 times out of 10, but it was probably about a 50-50. I honestly considered delaying.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
More so than canceling this week's episode. But I was like, maybe we could wait a little bit. Let me play around with this. Yeah, so there's that. I cannot wait to play Freedom Wars on my PlayStation TV and then Sunset Overdrive. I've got to get my Xbox One all set up. I've got to reorganize my gaming shelf so that it fits up there. I've got to find my Xbox Live gamer tag and reattach it and probably get gold again.
Then, you gotta find a space for that massive PlayStation TV. That's just gonna take up so much space.
I know, the most space on the table. It's littler than a fucking controller. So, it's ridiculous. But other than that, I mean, what have you been doing? How's your weekend? Did you play anything cool?
No, actually, I was kind of taking a break this weekend. I think I got on at like 3 a.m. one night just to do some bounties for my Titan because I was bored, and that was it. I did not play anything this weekend.
Wow. And you weren't doing that to prepare for anything, like an upcoming playing a lot this week or anything? Or?
Nope. I was just marathoning seasons of a few TV series I'm watching, so.
Oh, nice. I marathoned, or Eric and I marathoned Under the Dome the past week. And oh my god, it's so good. I recommend anybody who's into like unknown fantasy, sci-fi kind of things, like you should check that out. It's a really, really good series based off of a Stephen King book.
This is the second podcast in a row that you plugged that. They owe us money now.
I do not think I plugged it last week though. Did I? I thought I talked about it before we started recording.
Oh, it might have been before. I don't remember.
Yeah, if anybody's listening remembers, let us know. Send it to contact.mong@gmail.com.
You won't get anything but a shout out, maybe, in our adoration.
Yeah. And if anybody has been emailing our mong.podcast@gmail.com, apparently it's not working. We have it set up to where it forwards to our other email address, our contact.mong, and it's not doing that anymore. So if you're doing that, if you're emailing mong.podcast, you should probably switch over to contact.mong because that's the one we check like hourly. Yeah. Other than that, I've just been playing Fantasy Life all weekend. Playing it for review. My review should be up by the end of the week. So be on the lookout for that. And that's about it. You ready to move into the news?
No, I'm never ready.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm ready now.
I had to take a swig of my my full throttle to get me revved up since you weren't ready.
I know. I'm low on energy today.
I was gonna take over. Oh man. All right. So number 1. Wait, how many are on the list? There are 10 on the list.
A baker's dozen.
If we could copy Podcast Beyond like to the dot where we're going to. By the way, Miles has mentioned this to me a few weeks out of the last month or so, like a day after we recorded the podcast, that apparently a lot of our news stories are like story for story with what Podcast Beyond does.
Yeah.
I would like everybody to know that we do not listen to the podcast before we record ours. We make our list of stories we're going to talk about Tuesday morning before they even record, and then we normally record at the same time they record. So there's no influence there whatsoever. In fact, I'm about a month behind on Podcast Beyond, so I have no idea. But anyways, so number 1 on the list. As everybody knows by now, the Xbox One is getting a $50 price drop for 2 months.
Woo!
The holiday season has come early for those wanting to purchase an Xbox One, and Microsoft has announced a limited price cut in North America. The deal, which begins on November 2nd or next Monday, I believe, right? Is that?
Let's fact check.
Nope, Sunday.
Close.
My bad. Next Sunday, it will run until January 3rd, so it runs for 2 months. Sees the price of a standalone console without Kinect fall to $349. The savings of $50 will also extend to the upcoming special editions for Assassin's Creed Unity, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, and Sunset Overdrive. In an Xbox press release, corporate vice president for Microsoft said, fans don't have to wait for Black Friday this year to enjoy great savings for Xbox One. We're offering our best price yet with unprecedented choices and value. So more people can play on Xbox One this holiday. We're gearing up for one of our biggest holidays ever, and we are thrilled to offer fans up to $150 in savings on Xbox One and some of the biggest blockbuster deals of the season. So the $150 in savings right there, they're specifically talking about the Assassin's Creed Unity bundle, because that's the $50 off. And then the fact that you're getting Assassin's Creed, and then the fact that you're also getting Black Flag as well. So that's where they're saying 2 games and $50 off, which is a bullshit way to say it, but whatever. I guess it is still 150.
Technicalities.
Whatever.
But, also a PSA for everyone. November 2nd is also when daylight savings time ends. Assuming, you're in one of the countries that even adheres to that
Are you
nonsense.
Serious? That's this weekend?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Or at least according to my computer's, calendar, it is. I don't think it's wrong, but I guess there's a chance it could be.
Which is fall back, so we move the clock back in an hour, so we lose daylight, get daylight earlier in the morning. Okay.
Yes.
I got it all. So anyways, back to the savings.
I'm excited for this. I'll have money to buy this within that time period, and I'll actually be able to save a few bucks. So,
I was going to say, in December, you're probably going to get it, aren't you?
I will get it in January.
In January. So the first week? Because it
yes.
goes until the 3rd.
Yeah.
Okay.
That Thursday, probably.
Yeah. This is a really, really good deal. Very, very smart move, financially, for Microsoft to compete in this, war of all wars, as the internet likes to put it. It's dropping the price lower than PlayStation 4 as of right now, that we don't know of any price drops for PlayStation 4.
There probably will be one.
Yeah, there's going to be at least some kind of a deal. And the fact that it applies to every one of their bundles and not just one console, not just a standalone or something, that's a huge deal. To give you an example of how big of a deal it is, or to show how big of a deal it is the fact that Lou and I both got the Sunset Overdrive bundle today. And that, if we waited 6 days or 5 days, we would have got $50 off on this bundle, which would have allowed us to buy another Xbox One game with it. And so, we both really, really seriously considered holding off until Sunday and then getting it and then getting another game with it. However, it says limited quantities available. And so, if we had canceled our pre-orders on Sunset Overdrive, we may not have got that bundle. We may have had to go in with another bundle. And so we both just decided, you know what, let's stick with what we're doing. And so we both just still got the Sunset Overdrive bundle.
In the grand scheme of things, I guess it is only $50. I mean, I know $50 is a lot of money, but it is only $50. Yeah.
Well, almost another game.
Yeah, like 14 extra bucks, yeah.
But again, it's a really, really smart move on Microsoft's part.
Most definitely.
I mean, it seems desperate, but at the same time, it does, you know, they're getting their asses handed to them as far as we know from every release, every number, MPD number, all that stuff. Even the most recent financial report from Microsoft, that wasn't consoles sold. That was consoles shipped, which was like, 2.4 million consoles, and that didn't differentiate between Xbox One and Xbox 360. And so, like, who knows how many they actually sold? They still may be 2 times less than PlayStation 4 as of right now, based off of the last several months. We just don't know. And so, you know, this does feel like a desperate move, but at the same time, we've seen these kind of moves over and over and over for the past 10 years, you know, since this console war started. 15 years, whatever, it doesn't even matter. It's when one console takes the lead, the other has to do something to catch up. Xbox Live, PlayStation Plus, all that.
At least if it is a desperation tactic, they can veil it as a holiday thing.
Exactly. It's the perfect time for it. Yeah. Everyone who's gonna buy a console is gonna buy it now, you know? And this is gonna sell a lot of units. Now, is it gonna make Xbox One sell 1-for-1 with PlayStation 4?
Nope.
Who knows? It's highly unlikely because every other ploy they've had has not worked. What was it, Titanfall move that they did back in March didn't do anything. It didn't even make a dent, like, at all. And, you know, so who knows if this will? Honestly, I think it will. It'll make a dent at least. I don't know about 1-for-1. But it'll make a dent because of Halo and Call of Duty and Sunset Overdrive, all within 2 weeks of each other.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, I'm more excited to get one now than I was before, so
yep.
That says something.
This is the most exciting time to be an Xbox One owner in the past year, which is a good thing. It's good to see people excited about getting an Xbox One, people excited of owning one. I know people will say that, I've been a proud Xbox One owner for the past year. Well, yeah, but you also understand that the Xbox One has comparatively sucked. You know, like, it's not been the same. It's, you know, that's taking it to an extreme, obviously. But it's just, yeah. So anyways.
Moving on to story 2. Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire will have a bundle, and then there's going to be a bonus on top of that bundle. A bundled bonus.
A bundle bonus.
A bundle bonus. Nintendo announced that you'll now be able to buy both Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire together in a bundle for $79.98 US.
What?
You know. Yeah, what? I don't know. Well, that's a thing. I don't know. But the bundle contains 2 codes for 100 potions each, as well as the games themselves. God, that's a lot of potions. You also get the games in a nice-looking sleeve, as well as the official boxes. So you do get a little extra for buying both games at the same time. The bundle is available at Best Buy, retail, and on Amazon as an exclusive. Furthermore, it is exclusive to the United States at this time.
So, if you want both games, you could buy it for the same price as if you were going to buy them separately for $80, because they're $40 a piece.
Yeah.
However, if you buy them as a bundle, you get 200 fucking potions.
Yay!
Oh my god! See,
yes.
like this is something where like maybe I was thinking about buying one of them for my niece. You know, like I could buy the bundle. I could give her Ruby because I would take Sapphire, and then I would take 100 potions or 200 potions.
Yeah, I guess this is a good thing for like parents who play with their kids, or maybe people who are in relationships, or people who don't have friends,
or parents who have 2 kids that both have a 3DS and want to play. Because you know you can only have one game saved on one one Pokemon.
Yeah, which I still don't understand why that's a thing. But.
Yeah, I've never liked that. I've had many a time where my brother accidentally deleted my game and I almost killed him.
Yeah, my cousin did that to me when I was young.
Oh god, I have so many of those stories from my Game Boy Color. Yeah. Oh my god. So, now if you had a 3DS, would you be going for this, or would you rather just get one of them by themselves?
I never got with getting both, because especially now that like there's, online trading across the world.
Yeah.
So it's like the whole concept of like, people are always like, well, you have to get both if you want all the Pokemon. It's like, well, I have friends and also there's online trading. So now that's kind of not a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd rather just get one and then trade with people.
Yep. I get it. I didn't even think about that. It's a good point.
I mean, I guess are the stories slightly altered because the teams will be different? Right?
Yeah, maybe. I don't even know if the story is altered though. I think it's just more of a insert name of team here and change their color. But I don't even know. I've never played the other half.
It's not enough for me.
Yeah, me either.
I'm sure this appeals to someone. Like someone's going crazy over this, but
like originally when I would buy the games, I would look at the mythical Pokemon, and that was what I based which one I was gonna buy. And it didn't matter what the color was.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's still kind of the case, but like with these remakes, like Sapphire, I'm not buying it because of the mythical Pokemon of this one. I'm buying it because I played Sapphire when I was a kid. Like I just want to play the same game with updated everything.
It does look pretty. I can say that much.
For sure. Let's move on.
Indeed.
Numero tres. That is number 3 for those of you who do not understand Spanish. Halo 2. Which is Dos. 2 is Dos. Anyways, Halo 2 anniversary documentary is coming out this Friday, which I didn't know until earlier today. And I was like, oh, wow, I need to see if I can check that out.
I didn't know this was a thing.
With the release of Halo the Master Chief Collection looming nearer, 343 Industries has released a teaser trailer for their new documentary about the creation of Halo 2 Anniversary. The documentary will detail the history and the impact Halo 2 had on the industry, with 343 Industries trying to capture what Bungie did to make Halo 2, and how 343 Industries is trying to capture what Bungie did to make Halo 2 so special. Remaking the legend, Halo 2 Anniversary, which is the name of the documentary, will air this Friday on Xbox One and 360 on the Xbox video page, which I will have to look into whenever I hook mine up. The Halo channel will also have the documentary when Halo the Master Chief Collection is released on November 11th. The documentary will also air on the Xbox Twitch channel at these times. Friday, the 31st at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time or 2 p.m. Eastern. Saturday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 9 p.m. Eastern. And Sunday at the same time, 6 p.m. and then 9 p.m. So if you want to check that out on Xbox Twitch, you can check it out there. I'm really excited for this.
It's cool. I don't really like documentaries, but this is cool.
Okay, so I wouldn't say I like documentaries, but when they're about something I'm really interested in, such as The Last of Us, that documentary, I got goosebumps the entire time, and I want to rewatch it. I can't wait to see this, and I can't wait to rewatch The Last of Us one. So it's just, I'm excited for it, but.
Well, as long as someone's excited, that's what matters.
There's one person out there. He didn't even have an Xbox until today. Well, I had a 360 for many years. Anyways, moving on.
Yeah. Alright, story 4. Dragon Ball Xenoverse finally gets a release date and has a day 1 edition. So the good news is coming to us by way of Bandai Namco. I believe they announced it yesterday morning that Dragon Ball Xenoverse will be hitting shelves on February 17th, 2015. So, you got a few months.
So, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Not only does Xenoverse likely have a good chance of high sales due to the fan base, but Bandai Namco will also be bringing in some pretty cool incentives. The incentives are, if you get the Day 1 edition, you'll net 3 pieces of content, which are a Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta character, playable. You'll get Frieza's soldiers' battle suits for your custom character, and that'll depend on what race you are and et cetera, et cetera. It'll just be, I think the suits have stats, actually. I don't know. I don't remember. But Dragon Ball Xenoverse is coming to PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, Xbox One, Xbox 360, and I believe PC. I was watching something last night that said that might not be true, but who knows?
I've grew up a Dragon Ball Z fan, so I've basically played every Dragon Ball Z game that's been localized.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about this one. Honestly, it's ever since they first announced they released the screenshots for the new character, and then whenever we found out that it's actually our created character, Like,
Yeah.
that's when my excitement went through the roof. Like, being able to create my own Saiyan, you know, that has been, like, awesome. Like, I can't wait to be in that universe.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the Dragon Ball Z video game, or the Dragon Ball video games, are where the series makes up for its very shitty TV show.
Yeah, it's not a shitty TV show, but it's very repetitive and...
Once I got old enough to be objective about things, it got really bad. But that doesn't matter in this case. Xenoverse looks awesome. I plan on picking it up.
However, I do think it's strange that they chose to release it on February 17th.
What's that?
February is a packed fucking month of games.
Oh yeah, that's still a thing. I forgot about that.
The difference though is that Xenoverse typically won't appeal to the same demographic as those other games will.
Mm.
But, you know, at the same time, there are gamers like you and I, specifically myself, who plays almost anything out there. And this is one of those games where, like, I really want to play this, but I also want to play Bloodborne. I also want to play The Witcher. I also want to play The Order. You know, like, I want all of those games. And so that this adds another game to my packed month.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough for some people's wallets. I mean, there's no getting around that at this point. But,
all right. Next one on the list. The Sledgehammer Games boss is upset with the Call of Duty leak. Glenn Schofield, head of Sledgehammer Studios, took to Twitter yesterday to call the recent, or I guess it wasn't yesterday anymore, took to Twitter the other day to call the recent leaked gameplay footage of their upcoming game, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, a quote-unquote bummer. Footage of the upcoming shooter was leaked via Twitch, where a PS4 user who had obtained an early copy was streaming gameplay. The streamed gameplay gave away some various details about the upcoming game, including a DNA bomb reward for obtaining a 30-person kill streak. And it releases next Tuesday, so it's just a little bit ahead of release. So how do you feel about leaks like this? People getting early copies and then leaking information to the world?
Okay, for one, I don't understand how they got it this early. I guess I don't know. I guess places are already getting it, but
yeah, retail copies. There's definitely a mom and grop shop who would give away the game.
Yeah, at least it didn't sound like there was anything like that was really, really important leaked. Like, it didn't sound like he was just like going on Twitter, just, hey, here's how the whole game ends. You know, if you want to watch me play through the whole thing, there you go. I mean, I guess it's unfortunate that it leaked, but that's just the industry today, I guess, because everyone has a friend somewhere, and some friends are willing to risk their jobs at GameStop to get you a copy of a game early.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know, at least it wasn't a bunch of story information. At least he didn't spoil the end of the game. That would have been horrible. You know, as many people don't really care about the story in Call of Duty. I am one of the few who do. Or who does, but anyways.
I don't know. I mean, I admit I've been a little jelly sometimes when I'm really excited for a game and I see people on Reddit just like, guess what came in the mail? And I'm like, you go die in a pit, sir.
You go die in a pit. That's a little extreme, but...
Hey, it's reasonable.
Yeah. Moving on.
All right. So, story number 6. I don't know why I was building tension for that. Telltale's Game of Thrones game is still coming this year, which is kind of surprising. Laura Perusco, there we go. Laura Perusco, Telltale's community and PR specialist, responded to a tweet last week confirming that it is still coming out this year. However, a release date was not specified. I admit I'm not really excited for this game, but this is kind of worrying. Like, worrisome, I guess I should say.
That we still don't know anything, haven't seen anything?
Exactly. We've seen nothing. They've said nothing. They don't have a release date. And it's like, we're pretty much in November now. I'm not even going to say we're in October anymore, because we're not.
We're 3 days away.
Over. Yeah, we're in November, and it's supposed to come out before the end of the year. Are they, like, releasing it, like, on the 30th of December, or, like, the 31st?
See, here's the thing, though. Telltale Games has traditionally announced release dates for things a week ahead of release. Mm. So, you know, like this we have 8 weeks, probably 9 with the way days are set up. We have probably 9 weeks left until the end of the year, and that's 9 different opportunities for them to release we're not looking at a month, 2-month stretch where they can only release it one time during each month. It's 9 different Tuesdays where they could release it. And I'm not necessarily worried. I'm kind of looking at it in the sense that they're playing it, close to their vest or whatever because they want it to be a surprise. They want it to be a big thing. Because everyone's focused on Tales from the Borderlands, which is also scheduled to come out this year.
God.
And so the thought is that they're going to do this year what they did last year by releasing Tales from the Borderlands first, and then probably 3 weeks later they're going to do the first episode of Game of Thrones, and then they're going to go back and forth again throughout the next 6-7 months. And so I can see it happening. I can see Tales from the Borderlands launching, the last week of November or the first week of December, and then Game of Thrones releasing towards the last week of December, because that's still technically this year.
True. I mean, I guess that sounds good. If they,
I hope. It's hopeful. Who knows? It could be a mess. That could be why they're holding it close, but I don't know.
If you actually go to Telltale, their whole place is on fire. There's like dumpsters flipped over in the break room and people murdering each other in the like Mad Max style gangs.
We can't release this yet. No, we cannot do it.
We're gonna release it.
Okay.
Moving on.
So, number 7, you can expect a smaller December update for Xbox One. While many early adopters of current-gen consoles have grown used to the hour-long load times for updates, which I don't really know is true. I don't know why Lou wrote that. Because every update I've had for PlayStation 4 has been really quick. Even the one this morning took 15 minutes, if that. But the 2.0 update?
I mean, I don't ever notice it because I have mine set to automatically download. So.
Anyways, Xbox One owners should expect a smaller patch than usual in December. This news comes from head of Xbox Phil Spencer in an interview on IGN's podcast Unlocked. When asked what gamers should expect over the next few months, Spencer replied that December is a time for us to pause for a little bit and settle just as all the new consoles are coming online. His reasoning behind this made sense with the influx of new consoles around the winter holidays. The last thing they want are new consumers to be plagued by hours upon hours of loading times. Consequently, he noted that that Xbox One owners shouldn't expect bigger features like screenshot capability until 2015. That blows my mind that they still don't have screenshot capability.
How big of a feature is that? Like, I'm not a code person, so
yeah,
I
it
guess...
doesn't seem like it's big, does it?
Yeah, I'm sure there's someone out there who's just like ripping his hair out because he's like, that is the most impossible thing to do. But, that seems like it should be really simple.
Yeah, it seems like it should have been one of the first ones that they just quickly implemented, like as a side note. Oh yeah, we also threw in screenshot capability, the thing that PlayStation 4 has had since launch.
Yeah, both systems like had stuff that like from the beginning that was kind of like, why don't you have this? This is kind of a no-brainer. Or like, you don't have this, but they have it. Why didn't you notice that? But I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah, it's nice that they're getting a smaller one. It's probably for stability stuff.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, just add in everything you need to, all the big things. Obviously, that's asking a lot of a big company to do, and they do have good reasoning for why that they're taking a little bit of a break next month. But yeah, I certainly don't want to turn on my Xbox One and then wait 4 hours for updates, which I assume I'm going to have to do something of the sort because it is brand new.
I know exactly how you feel when I get my Xbox One.
Yeah.
One day.
One of these days. We already have the exact date planned out. Wasn't it that Thursday in January?
Yep.
The 2nd?
More likely than not.
Or the 1st? The 1st of January?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, let's move on. Super Smash Bros. For Wii U had a shitload of announcements at the end of last week, I believe. I think it was Friday when the Nintendo Direct happened.
Something like that.
Something like that. Okay, so the big announcements were that there's going to be 8-player Smash.
What?
Event mode is going to return.
I don't know what that is.
I don't either. Mewtwo will be available for those who buy both games.
What?
Which is ridiculous. I don't want to buy the 3DS version. I want to buy just the Wii U version. Pissed off.
I don't care for Mewtwo.
Anyways. Well, yeah, I don't really either, but still. There will be bigger and more stages. There's going to be a photo mode. and it detailed how Amiibo will be used. And then there's a new mode called Special Orders, in which the big bosses, like Master Hand and Crazy Hand, will give you unique challenges and commands. And then a whole bunch of other, like I said, there was like 50 announcements. So if you really want to find out all of these announcements, you can go check out middleofnowheregaming.com and scroll down the page a little bit and look for Nintendo Direct with a massive amount of Wii U Smash details. That's the story that'll give you all the scoop. It's really interesting. I cannot believe all of that came out of one Nintendo Direct.
I did not watch it, and I have actually not updated myself on all this stuff, just simply because the Wii U is like, me buying a Wii U is so far away.
Yeah.
If ever. So, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are really excited about this stuff.
I pre-ordered a lot of games today, and one of them I forgot to pre-order was Smash on Wii U. So I'm like, oh man, it's like 3 weeks away. Can't wait.
I guess the 8-player Smash thing sounds interesting, although it sounds like it'll get like hectic, ridiculously hectic. And what's it called? Special Orders. I like playing fighting games that have like modifiers on them, just because fighting games, I love them, but they can get really boring. So having something to spice it up makes it fun.
I guess I should mention one more thing other than, I mean, you can go look up all of the lists of stuff, but the other one that I found was really interesting was, something called Smash Tour, which allows 4 players to compete in a board game-esque mode. Players can collect characters to use, upgrades, and items. So I'm really, really interested in seeing how that plays out.
That sounded cool too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and stage builder. Sorry. There's
Mario
that.
Party with punching people in the face.
Oh, for sure. All right, let's move on.
All right, so story 9 out of 10 for those of you who were not keeping up. Shame on you. Halo 5 release date rumor has happened. Surprise. The release date of the next iteration of the critically acclaimed Halo series may have accidentally been revealed by a new employee. He's probably not a new employee anymore. Microsoft has reached out to IGN to say otherwise. However, no explanation has been given regarding the potential evidence. This news comes by way of a photo posted on Twitter by 343 Industries' Michael Cavanaugh, who's probably not part of 343 Industries anymore. The picture depicts Cavanaugh with another 343 employee as they pose in front of Komodo Antivirus. Go away. Pose in front of a banner of 343 Industries. I'm just going to start saying 343.
Yeah,
however, under the banner, a small countdown clock can be seen with the number 382 on it. All these 300 numbers. Assuming the clock is excuse me.
Well.
Is for the launch of Halo 5, 382 days would mean the game would be released on November 10th, 2015. Despite Microsoft's claims, this would be a fitting release date, considering that Halo games, including this year's Halo Master Chief Collection, traditionally launch in November. It is also worth noting that November 10th is a Tuesday, a day when games tend to release, and Halo 5 Guardians may or may not release on November 10th, but Microsoft has confirmed that it is due for a 2015 release.
Yeah, like, I have no doubt in my mind that that's the release date. Like, it's just,
yeah,
all evidence points to it. It would be ridiculous for that not to be the date. It's even the time of the month of November when, Halo or Call of Duty is released. It's always that first to second week when those games come out. It's just,
I mean, honestly, if I were Mr. Kavanaugh and I still had a desk at 343, I would be like buying everyone coffee every day.
Yeah, my bad. I mean, honestly, it's not like this leak is that big of a deal.
Yeah.
It was probably going to be announced at either VGAs this year or at E3 next year. It was going to be one of those big ones where November 10th, 2015, and everyone's going to cheer, but it doesn't really hurt us knowing it now rather than then. But yeah, all signs point to this being the correct date. I have no reason to believe otherwise. I don't believe Microsoft for a second. They've had so many missteps and backtracking and lies over the past year that I'm just like, I don't believe anything you say other than you're trying to get better, which, I would have a hard time, I would have a hard time thinking that it was, if Phil Spencer came out and said this, if he specifically was like, no, November 10th isn't the date. If he said that, then I would probably believe him. But if
Yeah.
it's just a release from Microsoft saying, no, that's not the date, I don't believe it for a second. But, yeah.
I mean, we'll all know within like the next year. They'll just be like,
well, duh.
yeah, well, it got ruined by Kavanaugh.
Fucking Kavanaugh. He'll be a household name.
Mike Kavanaugh, the guy that ruined the release date. So, story 10, the final in the baker's dozen, or whatever. Philippe Morin, I guess, the co-founder of Red Barrel Games, has confirmed that your genitals are in danger once more with Outlast 2 and it's in development. So yeah. Hold on to your genitals. In an interview with Bloody Disgusting, never even heard of them, Morin revealed that Outlast 2 will take place in the same universe as the first, and feature new characters in a new setting. I guess they kind of have to. Didn't everyone die in the first one?
Well, spoilers. Jeez.
Oh, come on. It's been out for a year now.
Yeah, on PC, but who plays PC?
Didn't it come out really early on the PS4's lifespan?
No, it came out in February, the end of February.
That is almost a year.
Early, yeah, in a sense that's only 3 months after release, but still that's, 4 months away from now.
Okay, fine.
Anyways.
Not everyone died. They were unicorns. They took everyone away to the sunshine land of happiness, and all the freaking bronies are happy now.
Anyways.
A quote from Morin is, we might go back to Mount Massive Asylum one day, but for now, we have new ideas and themes we'd like to explore, and we think we're cooking up something special.
That's, I don't know. I played Outlast and its DLC, and I really, really enjoyed it. It was weird as hell.
Yeah.
And there was the genital dismembering, cutting part, which was really strange. But, the game was scary as fuck. Like, from the very get-go, you go up to the fucking asylum and there's nothing outside, but it's all dark and creepy looking. You crawl in and you get your first jump scare within the first 5 minutes. And I almost shit my pants. That's one of those moments where you're just like, nope, like not doing this.
Yeah.
But
our friends and I stopped at turning on the power in the basement. That's as far as we got.
That was the point where I had got to that and I was like, that was the point of no return. Like, I was not gonna not finish it at that point. I was like, I am far enough now that I can take on anything. But it got scarier and scarier. So, but yeah, so I'm excited to see that Outlast 2 is in development. It was a good game. Outlast 1 was, and I hope that they can capitalize on the success that Outlast 1 had and create a better game.
Yeah. I mean, I won't be playing it, but I'll certainly watch some streams and watch some people scream and see what creepy things they can do with this one.
Watch people poop their pants.
I won't be watching that.
Good times.
This isn't Two Girls, One Cup.
Oh, well, it could be.
Let's hope not.
Let's hope not. Fair enough.
So,
okay. Yeah, that ends the news, and we're going to move into the review wrap-up, as we usually do. So do you want to kick it off, Miles?
I don't think I have a choice. So our first review comes to us from Ryan Emerald.
I still don't know how to pronounce it. He said it on episode 50, I believe. And,
Emerald. I don't know.
So I guess, you know what? Back at the very beginning of the episode, when there was things worth mentioning, I should have brought up
Oh yeah.
the fact that our MONG team has nearly doubled in size in the past week. So you will, if you're paying attention to the website, you will see several new stories and reviews written by new editors, new writers.
Yep.
So we've been in all weekend long. We're in the process of training the new writers and editors, and it's a really fun process. I really enjoy bringing in new people and to see their enthusiasm for getting up and going and writing their first stories. And so Ryan, he was on episode 50 of the MONG Podcast, and he's been a listener for a long time.
Yep.
And he frequently tweets at us, or would tweet at us before joining the team, with questions or with comments about new stories, and he would comment on our Facebook stuff. And so that's just one of those stories where, like, if you're a listener right now, or if you're a reader, you could easily join the team. If you have enough ambition, if you want to get on the team and you're a good enough writer, we would love to have you on the team. So he's just one of those examples.
Just be aware the hazing is brutal.
Yeah, we send you emoticons that are just so rude on Facebook. Yep. So
yeah, we're hardcore.
This is his first review. So
Yes.
Go ahead, take it away.
So yeah, he's fresh raced and new to the team. Anyway, his first review was for Pix the Cat, which he gave a 7.5 out of 10. I think that's is that okay?
I believe that's good.
Okay, it's good. Pix the Cat is good. So in his words, Pix the Cat is simple. It's fast, it's quirky, it's challenging, and most importantly, it's fun. The gameplay hook is there for those that love challenging their friends for high scores. And there's a nice puzzle element as well for its more strategic players. The content offering is solid with many different levels and modes that should keep you coming back. Pasta Games captured the retro gameplay feel while also adding their own unique touch. It may not be the best game of its kind, but I'd recommend all arcade and mobile lovers give this game a go. You won't be disappointed. I didn't say it, Ryan did.
Yeah, it looks like a fun game.
Oh, it's Amaro.
It's a what?
Ryan's last name, Amaro.
Amaro? Did you ask him?
Yes.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, I definitely was not interested in Pix the Cat until I read his review. So, that's what trust in somebody can do for you if they review a game or whatever. That's happened to me frequently, actually, with our team. Whenever they write a review, obviously we've had some really, really low scores, but sometimes there's some of those games where I've never even heard of or never cared to look into about, like this one, and it got an okay score. It's got a good score on our MONG scale. And now I'm kind of interested, so.
What interested me was that it's free.
Yeah.
It is up for PlayStation Plus this month, people.
It is indeed. Okay, so the next review was written by Harry, and it was for The Legend of Dark Witch on 3DS. Harry gave it a 4.8 out of 10, which is bad on our scale. His write-up said, "Unfortunately, I was incredibly disappointed by Legend of Dark Witch. The 2D platform action genre has some innovative and creative games. I always want to give indie games a chance, but the lack of story, intrigue, and overall appeal with this game simply made it unintriguing. The customization is a nice touch, but ultimately cannot save the game from poor overall performance. If you do want to take a chance and play the game, you can purchase it on the eShop for $3.99. So it's a cheap game. You can get it for cheap.
At least it's only $3 or $4.
Yeah. Not bad. Not that big of a risk spending $4. And the next review was for The Evil Within, which you heard me rave about last week. And it was reviewed by Tyler, and he gave it an 8.2 out of 10. His write-up said, "The Evil Within is an overall creative, challenging, and intense addition to the survival horror genre. The game's overall world feels masterfully crafted, offering many different environments that represent the best parts of classic horror games, or horror movies. Gameplay, while tough and most definitely challenging in some sections, never felt unfair or too unbalanced. The only notable downfall of the game was its lackluster handling of the overarching plot and character dialogue. While not completely terrible, it left much to be desired during several cutscenes. Though not overly scary, The Evil Within is definitely a fun and ambitious game to play." Like I said last week, it's literally Resident Evil 4.5. So if you're an early Resident Evil fan, this is your game. You want to play this. I disagree with Tyler on some of his points in his review. However, I'm not going to really bring them up, for the sake of his is the official MONG review. So it is an 8.2 out of 10, which is a great score on our scale.
If you like gore, that's the game for you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's lots of gore.
Alright, so our last review, for the week was, given to us by Sean Richards, and it's for The Legend of Korra, the game that recently came out that was brought to us from Platinum. It's a 5.1 out of 10, which is a shame, unfortunately. But in his words, The Legend of Korra is not the worst tie-in video game I've ever played. It can be fun, good to look at, and pro-bending can be a fun distraction. However, with a shallow plot, low enemy variety, and repetitive gameplay, I can't really recommend Legend of Korra to anyone except fans of the series. Even for those fans, it is barely worth the $15. The story and gameplay isn't memorable, but being able to pro-bend alongside Mako and Bolin Well, while the best announcer ever narrates your match, looks and sounds authentic.
Yeah.
That God, they missed something really. Pro bending would have been awesome as like multiplayer.
Yeah.
I still don't understand why it isn't.
I agree. I'm right there with you. However, this game is really, really interesting because of its, I don't know if I mentioned it last week. I know I did before the podcast, but I'm not sure if I talked about it on the podcast, but this game is widely, like, it's all over the place on its reviews. Some people are saying it's like, a 4 or 3. And some people are saying it's a 9 or a 10. Some people are madly in love with this game, saying it's really, really good. And, it's a perfect representation of the show, and the gameplay's fun. And so it's like, it's really strange. It's one of those, games that's it's just split. The opinion is split on it. Mm-hmm. And so I'm interested to finally be able to play it. I didn't download it last Tuesday like I thought I was going to, like I said ahead of time. Mm-hmm. But I plan on downloading it eventually, just not right now. There's too many other games I'm playing.
Yeah, the scores have been a little bit too all over the board for me.
Yeah.
I'm a bit wary about it, so I would definitely not pick it up for $15. But maybe if it drops to like 5, 3, even better, I'll pick it up.
Yeah,
I'm sure it'll be on sale for PSN at some point.
Oh yeah, for sure. They do enough sales that it's definitely going to be on sale eventually.
Yeah. Of course, we're talking about it'll be on sale next week for like $1.
There was what was the game that went on sale like immediately after it was released? I don't know. One of those was recently.
I mean, there are games that go free immediately when they're released. So.
That's true. Anyways,
Thank you, PS Plus.
Let's move on to listener questions.
All right. Can I take that one?
Yeah.
I just tossed it. Okay.
I saw your name on it.
So our first question is from the beloved baby of the show. I don't know what there was a word I was going to use, but I forgot what it is. Darling. There we go.
How can they contact us?
Oh, they can contact us. I thought we were doing that at the end.
No, I mean, we might as well do it here.
Oh, okay. Well, if you're looking to contact us, you can send us email at, or should I bother with the one that's apparently...
No, yeah, we talked about it.
Okay, yeah, we talked about it, but send an email to contact.mong@gmail.com. Yep. Send it to that one. Don't use mong.podcast@gmail.com until we figure out what's going on with it. But our first question comes from the darling of the Mong Podcast question bonanza crew, Tunde. And his question is, what is one thing that annoys you when it comes to the gaming community? Mine is when people beta test a game, such as Titanfall and Destiny, then after testing it, come to the conclusion that the final product will be something completely different than what they played / where show was shown for months before the release, and then go on social media saying that they were tricked, saying that the game they bought was the same game they bugged / server tested.
Wait, that's opposite though. He said his thing that bugs him is when people beta test a game. So, for instance, Destiny.
Yeah.
And after it, come to the conclusion that the final product will be something completely different than what they played during that test. But then say that they were tricked, saying that the game they bought was the same game that wait.
I get what you're saying.
Oh, I guess I get it. Never mind. I thought it was opposite. Okay.
Okay. I've never really heard of that, but I don't really pay attention to blowhard idiots, so that might be why. But yeah, the thing that annoys me the most about the gaming community is just like toxic communities that are just rude and, let's be honest, misogynistic in a lot of cases, and people who just like attack bigger websites just because they're like, oh, you're getting paid off for everything. It's
yeah, like, Gamergate?
Oh, yeah, any kind of situation like that. It's not necessarily Gamergate, just like the people who go on like IGN or something, like the moment a review is posted, and they're just like, you can't spell ignorant without IGN. Yeah. It's like, really? Why are you here?
Yeah, the people who that's the only way to make them feel good for the day.
Yeah, trolls.
Yep.
I don't like the gaming trolls in the community.
I guess I have a few of them, obviously. I mean, like I've several times talked about things I dislike about the community or the industry itself. One of them is to go along with Tunde. I kind of agree with you. I agree, the part that bugs me is that when people play a beta test and they assume that the final game is what they played. You know, like before the game is released, they're like, oh, I don't need the final game because it's not going to be any different. Like, for instance, Destiny. The beta test or the alpha or the beta, barely had any of the content that's in the final product. The final product is huge compared to that. And it's just people who said that playing the beta, you know, they're like, oh, well, I already know what the game's like. I've played it. I've played the beta. Like, there's no. There are so many differences. It's so much bigger. So, like, that part bugs the shit out of me.
Yeah.
And then the other one is just kind of like you, trolls. It's people who are so ignorant and go on and make outrageous claims as if they're fact. Mm-hmm. And part of that goes into fanboyism. It's not always fanboyism. Sometimes it's just people being trolls. It's people who just outrageous claims. It bugs the shit out of me. I just cannot stand it.
Yeah. It's a shame that's part of the community, but I guess like all different kinds of communities have people like that, but it's just a shame that's a thing that people do and seem to enjoy for whatever reason.
Okay, so Dennis sent in 2 questions, which I think one of them he already asked in the previous week. That first one, didn't we answer that? I swore we answered that.
We've answered that before, yeah.
Okay, so the second question, if it wasn't, then it was close. He asked something about genres making comebacks, and I swore we answered that like 2 weeks ago. But maybe
someone
not.
asked that. I don't remember who, but yeah.
So then Dennis' question, he asks, of any game and character, is there anyone in particular you see yourself in? That's a really deep question.
That is.
Wow. God.
I passed. I don't have an answer for that.
I see myself in Nathan Drake.
I saw that coming.
I'm a badass that gets all the honeys. No, I don't know. I don't really. That's a hard one.
I never really think about that. So.
I mean, we could say that Lou is because he's Italian and has facial hair.
No comment.
I don't know. I can't really say because most games I play are so far and away different from my life and outrageous compared to my life that like, yeah, there may be some qualities here and there, but I just, no, like overall character, I don't know. I'd need to think on that one. That'd need to be a research project.
I guess I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna cheat hard here and say, I guess Commander Shepard, only because, you know, or any character that really like makes decisions and talks and such, because those characters are characters that personally, when I play a game like that, I don't play like distinctly for good or evil. Yep. I play as I would respond in that situation.
Exactly.
So yeah, sometimes I do evil things like pushing someone out of a 50th story window because they were being disrespectful. I do that all the time. But yeah, I'm cheating, of course, like I said, but I guess that would be the character I see myself in, because they are essentially me, but more suave and built looking.
More suave and built. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I have no real opinion, but I mean, I guess I could say like you though, is that I model my characters like in Mass Effect, games like that, after myself. Like I literally, I choose what I would choose. I make decisions based off of me, not based off of trying to be all Paragon or all whatever the bad one is.
Renegade.
Renegade, there we go. I don't do any of that. So
only time I ever do that is for achievements, and I stopped caring about that a long time ago.
Yeah, I do it for trophies and stuff too. But I mean, you could still make bad decisions and still get max Paragon, so it's not that big of a deal. But so anyways, moving on to the game releases this week, and then wrapping it up.
Yay.
So on PlayStation 3, we've got Assassin's Creed: The Americas Collection, Tiny Troopers Joint Ops, WWE 2K15, Costume Quest 2, Blood of the Werewolf, Deadfall Adventures, Heart of Atlantis, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Danger of the Ooze, and Blaze Rush. And then on PlayStation 4, we've got Home, Lords of the Fallen, NBA Live 15, SingStar, The Unfinished Swan, Costume Quest 2, Battle Islands, which I just downloaded, and then hashtag Kill All Zombies, all one word. And then what? Go on.
How do you reference that game on Twitter?
I guess Kill All Zombies. I mean, you could hashtag.
Yeah, exactly. Like, do you use 2 hashtags?
I doubt it. I bet they just did that to make it easier. Just including it. But anyways, on Vita, we've got Freedom Wars. About time. Tiny Troopers Joint Ops, Unfinished Swan, and Poltergeist, a pixelated horror.
All right. So, on Xbox 360, we're looking at Assassin's Creed, the Americas Collection. Again, which games is that? Do you know?
No, I don't know. I can look it up. I'm assuming it's Assassin's Creed 3, and then probably Liberation, and probably Black Flag, but I don't know. Assassin's Creed, America's Edition. Da-da-da-dum. Ubisoft.com. Okay, it says that it's got all of the games taking place in America. Well, thanks. That really helped. Liberation HD, Assassin's Creed 3, and Black Flag. Hey, I was right.
Okay. So, now we know. Knowledge is power, folks. WWE 2K15, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Danger of the Ooze, Costume Quest 2, Monopoly Plus. That's one no one saw coming. And that wasn't sarcasm either. I never saw that coming. For Xbox One, you got Lords of the Fallen. What's it called? The Dark Souls, whatever. Sunset Overdrive, NBA Live 15, and Costume Quest 2. And just for anyone who's a big, Dark Souls fan, I did not mean that there's a Dark Souls thing coming out and I just kind of glazed over it. I meant Lords of the Fallen looks a lot like it, so there you go. Just explain that before we get any angry emails. For PC, you're looking at Lords of the Fallen, Daedalus, No Escape. Those are the same game. Blaze Rush, Farming Simulator 15.
Woo!
Lost my place. The Forest of Doom. That sounds like an episode of the original Star Trek series. Nope, no laughter. Okay. Icewind Dale, Extended Edition. Buzz Aldrin, Space Program Manager. A RIP. I assume it means rest in peace, but who knows. Cartiga. I think I said that? Cartigra, excuse me. Suki Kurui no Yamai. Yeah. Natural Selection 2, Combat. That's a weird, subtitle for that.
So I think it's Suki. I don't think the T is pronounced. And then Katari. I don't know. Well, it sounded like you said Suzuki. You pronounced the T.
If I did, it's because I was, stumbling over it.
Oh, okay.
I don't pronounce Japanese very well quickly, so.
Alright. We're splitting up the Lu section?
I can go all or none, I don't care.
I want to do 3DS. You do Wii U.
Okay. For Wii U, you poor bastards. You're looking at Tetrabot and Co. Costume Quest 2, Rock Zombie. Stealth Inc. 2, Game of Clones. That's funny. Cosmophony?
I don't know.
Cosmophony. I don't know which one it is, but there you go. And Pixel Paint.
And then on 3DS, we got Disney Big Hero 6, Battle in the Bay, The Legend of Korra, A New Era Begins, Power Rangers Super Mega Force, Go Power Rangers. Okay, and then we got, whoa, Dave! I don't know what the fuck that is, but, and then Zombie Panic in Wonderland DX. Cause that makes sense.
Yeah, why not? Wonderland, that's where you want to find zombies.
Mm-hmm.
Two things. Yep. I'm excited for Disney Big Hero 6.
The movie itself?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
It looks interesting.
It looks fun.
Hopefully that Legend of Korra game is good. And is this the Power Rangers that use trains?
I have not kept track of Power Rangers in 15 years. So I don't know.
Our official fact checker.
Evan,
there you go. Is that the Power Rangers that use trains, or is that the one that has all the powers of the other Power Rangers?
Oh, okay. So anyways, that wraps up episode 57 of the Middle of Nowhere Gaming Podcast. As usual, we record on Tuesdays and release later Tuesday evenings-ish, nights-ish, afternoons, depends on how long it goes. You can email us at mong.podcast@gmail.com normally, except for right now, it's not working correctly. So you should email us specifically at contact.mong@gmail.com. That is the one we check every hour. And then you can find our Mong Twitter at mong.com, all spelled out .com. And you can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/Mong Network. And then on Facebook, Tumblr, Instagram, and all the other social media sites by just searching for Middle of Nowhere Gaming. Be sure and check out the website, middleofnowheregaming.com, for all of our latest editorials, news, reviews, all the good stuff. I will ask, as a personal note, make sure you guys read all of the new writers' stuff, all their stories and reviews and things, and leave some comments. Welcome them to the team for us. It's awesome adding that many new writers, and it will be probably a little overwhelming trying to memorize new names that are up there, but be sure and welcome anybody new you see on there.
They're awesome people.
Make
them feel good.
Got a really good group of people that just came in, so I'm excited to go forward from here.
Those youngsters.
And then you could find us personally on Twitter. You can find me at Osborne_2009. You can find Miles at
Furious Milk.
And you can find Lou at Butt Cancer. So, thank you for listening, and Mong!
Mong!